Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at how to do the sentence completion question. We have already gone over the strategy for it, but just as a quick reminder for the sentence completion question, when we are doing it, okay, you have to be able to look at the questions, and you want to be able to look at the keywords in the questions. And so let's take a look at the question here. That's a true, false, not given. All right, here's a complete the sentence question. So you have the questions, and then here you have the 6 possible answer choices. So when you're looking at this question, what you have to be able to do is like look at number 7 and look at what are the keywords in the question. And after you find the keywords in the question, go scan and find those keywords in the passage. Scan, right? Because scanning is the key. And then read the sentence. Sometimes you have to read one sentence. Sometimes you have to read 2 sentences. And then after that, look at the answer choices and choose which one matches the information that you just read in the passage. Okay? So it seems very straightforward. The complete the sentence question is not that big of a challenge. It's somewhat similar to a matching question, actually. Somewhat similar to a matching question, but it's a little bit different because a matching question usually you have to look for just one or two proper nouns, and then read where you see it and then find the match. So it's very, very similar to a matching question, but it's a little bit different. So let's go through this. I'm going to go through this one with you, and we'll see how it works. So if we're looking at our questions here, 7, 8, and 9, number 7 is going to be easy to find because of the word Texas, and number 8 is going to be easy to find because of the word citizens and the word Vermont. Number 9 has the word internet. Now, in general, right, most of the time, a complete the sentence question goes in order. Most of the time, but it's possible that sometimes it won't. I've seen it sometimes not go in order, but I would probably say the vast majority of the time, your complete the sentence question goes in order. So that means that after number 7, we'll find number 8, and after number 8, we'll find number 9. So let's see if this one lines up that way. But first, we're looking for Texas. All right, and we are scanning. If you noticed, I didn't read the passage before going to the questions. You don't have to do that because the questions tell you really what you need to scan for and look. All right, so here it is right here, Texas. Okay, it's right here. And we are in the 4th paragraph. And for those of you who want to work along with us, this test is from the 2014 8 practice test. And I believe this is the reading passage from test number 3. Okay, so let's have a look at what it says. It says, Miller visited a Texas gas company. I'm reading right here. Miller visited a Texas gas company that has successfully applied formulas based on ant colony behavior to optimize its factories and route its trucks. Okay? So I'll read it again. Miller visited a Texas gas company. We know this is the sentence because we see Texas gas company, and that's what was in our question. Miller visited a Texas gas company that has successfully applied formulas based on ant colony behavior to optimize its factories and route its trucks. Optimize means make better, make much better. So he visited a Texas gas company, applied formulas based on ant colony behavior to optimize his factories and route his trucks. So we have to find a match for that information. Provide support for each other's ideas. No, we're not talking about 2 people here. Use detailed comments to create large and complicated systems. Nope, there was nothing there about comments. It said that he looked at formulas for ant colony behavior to optimize his factories and better his routes. Use decision-making strategies based on insect communities to improve their service. That's our answer right there, right? And we can see, again, what makes this a challenge is that it uses synonym language. But C is our correct answer because the sentence says it looked at formulas for ant colony behavior. That's synonym for use decision-making strategies based on insect communities. That's synonym language. Improve their service is synonym for optimize their factories and routes for its trucks, right? Synonym language, everyone. That's the key thing. Synonym language. So the correct answer for number 7 is C. C like cat. All right, let's look at number 8. We're looking for Vermont and something about citizens. All right, now when I'm doing a sentence completion question, I'm going to assume that it goes in order because probably 80 or 90% of the time that's what this question does. So I'm looking for citizens and Vermont. Oh, okay. I see it. Here we go. Citizens and Vermont, right here. It's in the first full paragraph on this page. Citizens in Vermont. All right, so let's read what it says. Citizens in Vermont control their municipal affairs by putting forward proposals or backing up other suggestions until a consensus is reached through a vote. Okay? Citizens in Vermont control their municipal affairs by putting forward proposals. So they control their affairs by putting forward proposals or backing up other suggestions until a consensus is reached through a vote. Now, I'm just going to read that sentence, okay, and try to find the answer. One of the biggest mistakes that so many of you make, one of the biggest mistakes that so many of you make is that you read too much. You say, well, I'm just going to read the whole paragraph. I'm just going to read 3 or 4 sentences. No, you're taking in, then you're trying to apply too much information to an answer that's coming from one sentence. Okay? That's one of the biggest mistakes that you all make that makes you get so many answers wrong and also that takes so much of your time. So you can't do that. All right? So one more time. Citizens in Vermont control their municipal affairs by putting forward proposals or backing up other suggestions until a consensus is reached through a vote. Well, we see our correct answer is A. Provide support for each other's ideas in order to reach the best outcome. All right, so it said they put forward proposals or back up others' ideas in order to reach a consensus. This is the same thing as choice A in terms of using synonym language. B is wrong. There's nothing about comments or complicated systems. C we can't use. We've already used C. Communicate with each other and decide who the leader will be. There's nothing about a leader. Contribute independently to the ideas of others that they do not know. Nothing about that. So you see, correct answer is A. Provide support for each other's ideas. That's synonym for backing up other people's suggestions, and reaching a consensus is synonym for reaching the best outcome. So choice A is our correct answer. So I hope you see how this works. It works by being able to find the sentence, read it, and then find the synonym match. Okay? You have to find the synonym match. That's what it's about. It's about your ability to find synonym matches. All right, now number 9 in terms of the internet users. And I would say this question is going in order, we can see. So we're right here with Vermont. All right, so here's something about the internet right here. The internet is also an area where we are increasingly exhibiting swarm behavior without any physical contact. Okay? The internet is also an area where we are increasingly exhibiting swarm behavior without any physical contact. I'm going to read this next sentence too because it's talking about a website as an example of the internet. So I'm going to read this next sentence also. Miller compares a wiki website, for example, to a termite mound. Indirect collaboration is the key principle behind information sharing websites, just as it underlies the complex constructions that termites build. Okay. So it's basically saying the internet is like a swarm behavior. There's no physical contact. There's indirect collaboration. Choice B, no, nothing about comments in complicated systems. Communicate to decide who a leader would be. D is wrong. Some internet users. Yes, F is our correct answer. Repair structures they have built without directly communicating with each other. Yes, this choice F is a synonym for that sentence. In terms of, because we see this choice F is talking about doing something without directly communicating with each other. No physical contact. Also, the example mentioned indirect communication. So the correct answer here is F. F is our answer with synonym language. Okay? So if you want to know the secret to doing well on the IELTS exam, it's about your ability to be able to handle synonym language and understand synonym language, right? Like I told you, there are two main steps to doing all these questions. Number one, can you find the specific sentences where the question is coming from? And then number two, can you understand that sentence and then look at an answer choice that has the same meaning and pick it? That's the essence of what IELTS reading is. That's the essence. Okay, so that'll do it for this matching question. And let's go ahead and do one more. This is the end for this sentence completion question. And let's go ahead and do one more sentence completion question. If I called it a matching question earlier, I'm sorry. I don't think I did, but at any rate, this is a sentence completion question. All right, so let's move forward.